Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late in the morning. In the morning. To you and you and you and you in the morning. In the morning it's great. Stay up late in the morning. In the morning with you. Nothing could be grander than to be in Louisiana. All right, if you're just tuning in, whether you're from Louisiana or anywhere, let me know where you're from and how your morning has been. Sorry to be so late, but I've been working like a feisty dog. I've been enthusiastically working on elephant stuff that I needed to work on. We have a lot going on at Elephant, and it's always a struggle being independent media when we're basically under the control of Facebook and other, social media to get our stuff out. So it's pretty hard work. Alrighty, so today I wanted to talk about transparency, but if I put that in the title, none of you would be here because of the Facebook algorithm and because people don't really think about transparency. So I want to talk about transparency as a boss, as a boyfriend, as a girlfriend, as a spouse, as a colleague. Whatever your situation is, all of us say, if you asked 1 kabillion Americans or worldwide people out there, if you liked transparency, if you thought transparency was good, everyone would say what? Is transparency good? What would they say? And if you're just tuning in, please give it a like or a love or a funny emoticon face, because that helps get the video out beyond the choir to all those who might not yet give a care about the mindful life. The mindful life, where we approach all of life's challenges with some sense of mission, intention to be of benefit, and trying not to be deceptive. So yes, exactly what Melina just said. Thank you for one person answering out of the 136 people are alive in every second right now. Alrighty, so if you ask everyone if they think transparency is good, then everyone would say yes. But the fact is, as evidenced by, say, Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, transparency is lacking. Hillary didn't open up her Goldman Sachs speeches. WikiLeaks did that for us, and they turned out to be very reasonable, showing her to be a left of center but centrist candidate. Big whoop. Trump hasn't opened up his taxes, though those got opened up. This is just how life is. If we're very closed and secretive about something, whether it's our Goldman Sachs speeches or our tax returns, they get exposed anyway. Anything that you think, if you're, how all the old actors in Hollywood, like Tarzan, they would always suck in their stomach, or Superman, because they would want to sort of hide the fact that maybe they had a little bit of a paunch. Well, News at 11, everyone knows you have a little bit of a paunch. We can see it, and that's okay. So basically, all of us think we have these secrets, and we think we have these secrets that we're ashamed of or that we're going to get attacked about, whether it's our tax returns or our paunch or our Goldman Sachs speeches or whatever it is. Our zits, so we cover those up in makeup. I'm sure you can think of some area of your life where you're secretive and you try and hide something you're kind of embarrassed about or shameful of. Well, the fact is that isn't healthy, obviously, hopefully. Suppressing stuff is never healthy. The British tried it with a stiff upper lip for centuries. American yuppies and new agey types are trying it now with positivity. We love to suppress the negative and to cling to the positive. And those of you who have tuned into this video are now like, I have heard all of this before, but here's where the pedal hits the metal. I'm a boss. When I am struggling, or when Elephant is struggling, I should say, we've been losing $10,000 a month for probably a year because of Facebook challenges, and we didn't have much money to begin with. Any money we ever had was saved up as we started growing. We put everything we make back into the company. we basically just hire and we try and pay people well, and we try to grow. The more editors we have, the more good articles we can have to share with you, and then the more readers we can have, and then the more editors we can have, and then the more, that's how Elephant works. So if you want to support Elephant, on that note, you can get our free newsletter. I don't know why I'm making these random hand gestures. Feels like maybe I need to do a little robot dance. So if you want to support us, get elephantjournal.com/read or elephantjournal.com/best. Best is free. That's our online newsletter, our online magazine, with all our best content that we can't get through. I just shared some amazing blogs on our big Facebook pages. We have 5 million fans, and none of you read them. And it's maybe not your fault. Maybe it's just the Facebook algorithm only likes viral or sexy stuff. But I shared some great stuff today, and I couldn't get anyone to read it. And it's heartbreaking. So please get our online magazine, and then we can share quality, not just viral stuff. So as a boss at Elephant Journal, there are times when we're struggling, and like for the last year, we've been struggling. And we've grown financially. We're still at 8 million readers a month. This isn't a little violin song. We're still rocking and rolling. But a year ago, we were at 23 million readers a month. And we were pretty much in the first tier of media nationally, which is pretty exciting for independent media. Facebook kind of gave us a hip check, and now we're 1/3 the size of that. But so here's the situation. Our editors are my team, my colleagues who I respect and who I work hard to protect their jobs for. Did that sentence make any sense? Sounded like a Trump sentence from the debate last night. So basically, I'm working night and day to make sure my editors have a job. Most companies, if they dropped by 2/3 in readership, they would lay people off. I don't want to lay people off. Some of our editors are doing a ton of work. Some of our editors are doing great work. Some of our editors aren't really showing up. They're maybe being a little flaky or all over the place. They're not filling out their timesheets, whatever the challenge is. So I'm in a situation where I can sort of say, well, it would be great if everyone would, and kind of keep saying that, and then nothing changes. Or I'm in a situation where I can say, we're losing $10,000 a month. We're 1/3 the size we were a year ago. Readership-wise, I'm going to have to lay 2 of you off or fire 2 of you. Even the term lay off is sort of a nice, polite term for firing. Firing is a kind of mean term. So I'm in this situation where it's like, it's really intense. So as a boss, should I be transparent and say that? Or should I be obsequious and nice and safe and protect my little emotional bubble by just being like, everything's great, and then fire some people and get them out on a Friday? Well, all of you probably right now are saying you should be honest and transparent. But here's the funny situation, and this applies to you and your relationships in work or in love, is if you're honest and you say, I'm not happy with X% of people being kind of all over the place and flaky and not doing that much, and I'm going to have to let go of 2 of you, and I'm working night and day, then almost every single time I put out that kind of warning, at least a portion of my staff freaks out and says, you're a jerk, and you're just creating 2 different editors have now said this, a culture of fear. So is it a culture of fear to be transparent? Or is it a culture of fear to hide the truth and then to cynically just boot people off the boat? Kick, splash. So this isn't meant to be about me, but I like to connect my own personal experience, something I'm thinking about and contemplating in my life, with the Dharma, with Buddhism, with the mindful life. This is what the mindful life can help. It can help be a reflection for the struggles we have. So if your struggle is you're about to go on a date, or you're not healthy, or you need to make more money doing something you love, whatever your issues are in life, how to buy affordable real food, the mindful life, being a decent person, our mission to be of benefit can be a good kind of counterpoint or reflection for those challenges. So for you, maybe the issue of transparency is you're in a relationship with a lovely human being, but you're not being honest with them, or you have a great friendship. Facebook just put up this video of me and one of my colleagues. You've been friends for 4 years, and here's a bunch of random photos of you, and it was really fun to see that, particularly since it feels like we've been friends forever. So maybe you have a friendship in your life that even though you're good friends, you never are quite honest with each other. One of my best friends, Dave Rogers, who I work with, is always brutally honest with me. And it is a pain in the ass. I wish he'd stop. But it's so good for me, and it helps me grow. And even if I disagree with him sometimes, or frequently, we argue, it really helps wake me up. And the best girlfriends I've ever had in my life have helped wake me up. They've given me honest feedback. So how can we be honest as a boss, as a lover, as a friend, as a colleague, without being awkward about it? I feel like so few people are honest to each other. I would say 90% of my staff is not honest with each other. They're just nice. Everyone's like, have a great day, everything's great, la la la. And none of them kind of constructively criticize one another. So there's this culture of niceness. And that, to me, my friends, is a culture of fear. The culture of niceness is not honest. It's not kind. The kindest thing is to be honest in a constructive, loving way. And while I may fall short on the bedside manner of being, wow, look at that. Now I know why I'm getting all these hair comments. While I may fall short in bedside manner and I may be too feisty because I tend to, I'm working night and day. I literally am working until 2 a.m. every night right now. I'm tired. I went out to a wedding the other night. I didn't have a single drink. And then because I knew I was going to work as soon as I got home. And if I had a single drink, I'd be curled up beneath a big tree at the wedding taking a nap. So that's all I got for you today. That transparency, we all think it's good, but when people are transparent, we don't actually want to hear it most of the time. So it's an encouragement for all of you to find those in your life who are not yes men, who are not clubby. On Elephant Journal, sometimes we'll put up articles that people disagree with, and they're like, I hate you. Elephant Journal, you're out. I'm unfollowing you. You like Hillary Clinton? We're gone. Or whatever it is. And that's so sad to me. Why would you want to belong to a media or a friendship or a relationship or a company where everyone agreed 100% of the time? You know what that is? That's fascism. That is the culture of fear. That is Kim Jong-un or North Korea. That is like, aye, aye, Captain, and it's fake. It's fear, and it's not kind. I remember hanging out with my Buddhist teacher, Sakyong Mipam, once, and he was doing some spoken word poetry with this musician. He was like, I want to get Buddhism out through spoken word poetry and music. I think that could be really cool. And it was a great idea. And he did it. So he then played one of the, rough cuts of a song for all of us. And it was really not good. It was great idea and it had nice elements, but it was like no one's going to listen to this in a club, I'll tell you that. And I was young at the time. Now I'm old. But at the time I was young and I was vaguely cool, at least in the context to whoever was listening to this song. I was one of the cooler, younger people. And I remember everyone. It was like being around King John's court, in Robin Hood, where everyone's like, they wait for the king to laugh and then they go, ha ha ha, and it's a fake laugh. And if the king doesn't laugh, they don't laugh. So they look to the king. Is it funny? Can we laugh? So everyone in this group around this Buddhist teacher was like, beautiful song, Rinpoche, beautiful. It was so great. That's what in Buddhism we call theism. It's hollow worship. It's not honoring your own critical intelligence, which is what Buddhism is about. And I said, I think it's a really good idea. I think people will appreciate this. I like the poem. The music and the poem need to work together a little bit more. And the music needs to be a little bit more like danceable. You want to feel inspired to move. Right? So that's what I said. And to Rinpoche's credit, to my Buddhist teacher's credit, he was like, awesome, that is great. Thank you for some genuine advice instead of just saying, it's great, it's wonderful. And then the funny thing is, after I said that, the entire room exploded in chatter and discussion about how good it was or how it could be better. Everyone just relaxed and said what they actually thought. And that's so much better service. That's such better respect. That's so much more helpful. So that's all I got. Folks, I hope that's helpful. I'm going to go through comments. If you have any comments that aren't about my hair, I will read them. Yeah, Gail, that was humble self-promotion. No, I'm a total idiot. If you listen to my videos, you'll know that I'm neither humble nor self-promoting. I don't really believe in pushing my own product. I will talk about my book if we're talking about mindfulness and love, but I really can't stand self-promoting. I just want to share things that are helpful. I'm also not a huge fan of humbleness. I think humbleness is either genuine. You know, if someone says, Waylon, you are a great climber, I'd be like, no, I'm not. I climb, I'm pretty average, I'm probably mediocre. Yeah, at best, I'm okay. At worst, I'm the 10-year-olds at the climbing gym where I climb are way beyond me. Is that humbleness? Not really. It's just honest. If you say, Waylon, you're great at something that I'm great at, I can't think of anything. I'm great at buying tons of groceries on my bike at the farmer's market. I would say, yeah, I am pretty good at that. I have 2 huge bags. I fill them up with tons of groceries. I have plenty of food from the whole week just on my bike from the farmer's market. I nailed it. So humbleness is great, but it has to be genuine. Fake humbleness is as much of a neurotic problem as arrogance. So there's a middle way between arrogance and false humility, and that is probably genuine humbleness, and that's just honesty. So that comes back to just, we should all be honest. Instead of, trying to be little humble, obsequious people. There's this quote by Marianne Williamson, who I had the pleasure to interview. You could put her blog in here. My interview with her in here, if there's an editor around. I think there is. And she has that beautiful quote that says, stop hiding your light. Just be yourself. Just be bold. Just be yourself. Don't be embarrassed of who you are, and also don't be arrogant about who you are. Just let your light shine, and that'll empower others. The only difference was, I think it froze. The only difference was that her quote was far more eloquent. All right. Leslie from Tustin. Lots of comments on my hair. Deb Deep from India. Hey. Of course I remember you. Rhonda. Lots of comments on the hair. Wendy. 3rd cup of coffee. I am jealous. Alyssa. Love the song. Singing in the Rain is the best movie. Yeah, if any of you haven't seen Gene Kelly movies, go rent them all. American in Paris. Singing in the Rain. What are some of the other good ones? Gigi? Is he even in that? Anyway, all those old musicals are amazing. Frank Sinatra, Ginger Rogers. My grandma was personal secretary to Ginger Rogers, and then died of cancer, which will reduce the lights flowing on this video, of lung cancer at the age of 42 because everyone in Hollywood smoked nonstop with the windows closed. And my grandma never had a single cigarette. She was a Christian Scientist. All right, so that was sad, so I never got to meet her. And she was stunning. She was like Rita Hayworth. I would have loved to have met her. Kaja, good morning from Victoria, British Columbia. So yeah, you can give a like for not smoking. It still blows me away that people, I used to smoke a little bit. I used to be a really big idiot. I would smoke Shermans, if anyone knows Sherman cigaratellos. But it now blows me away that people are like, I'm sucking death into me. This is really nice. It's crazy. It's crazy. Michelle Hardy, good morning, Waylon from Singapore, 1 a.m. All right, Michelle, I hope you're still up. Sorry, I just gave you a shout out now. Birmingham in the UK, yes. Where is everyone? Where is everyone from? Angelina, everything we are a secret of gets exposed anyway. So if you want to say anything critical of me, now's your chance, because I have to welcome it because it's a video about transparency. So please go for it. Unless it's really negative, in which case I'll hang up right away. Okay, egg beater hair. Amber. I better get my hair together because I'm going out to lunch in a second. Alyssa, might take years, but yep, so true. The truth eventually comes out. The truth will set us free, and in the meantime, it will bang us around if we're secretive about it. Hello from South Africa, Michelle from the UK. I am an open book and don't like dishonesty. Do you think that secrecy is dishonest, or are there times when secrecy is okay? I think it's fine to be private about something temporarily. Like people who hate TPP in the US are like, It was negotiated in secret. Well, whether you like TPP or not, I have news for you. If you're doing negotiations with 20 or 30 countries, it's probably going to have to be in secret because you want people to be able to discuss stuff. I welcome you to, next time you go to the doctor's office to get the mole on your tush examined, to just leave the door open and invite anyone to come by and check it out. No, there are times when privacy is nice. But at the end of the day, TPP needs to be open. You need to be open about your health with your loved ones. You probably don't need to tell them about the mole on your tush. But basically, if you, there's this beautiful quote, I think it's by Kerouac or Ginsberg, I can't remember which. But it says, it is what the world is most wanting, dying, bleeding to hear that we least want to share. Or the opposite. It is what we least want to share that the world is most dying to hear. Something like that. You get the point. Like, if we just open up and are genuine about our experience, then other people can be genuine and relax. Michelle, great question. Everyone give Michelle a like if you feel so inspired. Chris Lawler, does that make me a millionaire? Not trying to be funny, serious. Well, no, I bought the house that I'm in right now with $500 in my account. Redford, ready. Eddie, people haven't seen you for a while. I bought the house I'm in with $500 in my account, meaning I was super broke. Grew up super broke. The house has appreciated a little, but I still have, $600,000 in debt. And look how transparent I'm being while videoing Redford. Oh, he's hot. Someone's been laying in the sunshine. And yeah, I make good money, but I was completely broke until I was like 37, I think. 100% broke. Every time I passed my debit card, I never even had a credit card. At the grocery, I thought I'd be like, here's my debit card. Please don't bounce. Please don't bounce. Please don't bounce. Please don't bounce. And that tension in my heart never went away until I was like 37. I don't really remember, but pretty recently. And then I immediately started supporting my mom, which is maybe tacky to talk about. But as soon as you have anything good in your life, share it, share it, share it. Especially when technically, you owe your parents $100,000 because they made so many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. All right. You asked, I answered. It's a video about transparency. Anything you guys want to know, I will tell you, even if it's none of your business, but only for this video. Leah, comment of the day. I need to be held down and groomed. Amber, I shared the post about the gentleman who walked the marathon. So inspiring. Thank you. Yeah, so whenever you read or share Elephant, it keeps Elephant Journal alive. If there's a part of Elephant that you love, that's the good part, and we want more of that. If there's a part of Elephant that drives you crazy, viral, or sexy blogs, that's just what you're seeing through Facebook. So please get our online magazine, elephantjournal.com/best. Denise from the Philippines, hello. Leslie, would love to be an editor. Pasias, please comb your hair. That ship has sailed, but I will comb it after I shower. How's that? I struggle with the same in my business. Yeah, people hate transparency when it comes down to it. Kaja, I'm not the one talking about you're talking to each other about the hair. I don't care about my hair, obviously. My mom is buying me things I would like to do with you, my first book from Chelsea for my birthday next month, and a subscription to Elephant Journal for Christmas. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. And your mom is so sweet. And that means so much that people actually care. The subscription Elephant is just about $1 a month. Kate Jenkins sounds like she needs to come work at Elephant. Be honest. One big group meeting, then individual meetings, no warnings, just create standards, hold people accountable, and document. I agree with all of that, except I like warnings. I like there to be some sense of like, this is the situation, we're all in this together, let's work it out. Alyssa, honest about the issues and have them help you brainstorm ideas. If they have been warned, then you have to let them go as long as they knew your expectations. You also should come work at Elephant. Yes, people feel threatened, but it's not me threatening them, it's the reality of the situation. So, you know, as the boss, understandably, the buck stops here. um, but, you know, there is a larger reality, which is Facebook has changed its algorithm. So that's why we always are trying to get people to read our online magazine so we can stay alive. If you want Elephant to stay alive, have I mentioned? elephantjournal.com/read. Carolyn, partially honest is best. This is interesting. You don't have to show your own cards, but lots of well-worded warnings are better than well-worded warnings. That sounds like a rock group that I should have been in high school. It's Waylon Lewis and the well-worded warnings. If you lay off people who are talented, yeah, I don't want to lay anyone off. This is not my weird way of saying I'm laying people off. I'm just discussing how hard it is to be transparent as a boss, let alone a friend or a loved lover. I am grateful for everyone's contribution. My best friend is brutally honest, great, but not everyone is emotionally prepared. People lie because they fear to be authentic. Michelle, boom. Cheers to Michelle. Give her a like. Christine, by the way, Melanie, I can see your comment about him looking handsome. So unless you're talking about Redford, thank you very much. My mom appreciates it too. Christine, be authentic. Leslie, fake niceness is horrible, uncomfortable. Yeah. But often there's just cowardly not saying the truth. So it doesn't show up in a horrible way. It just shows up as not being confident enough to say the truth. Like if I'm on a date and I'm nervous because I think she's so gorgeous and so together, and I can't just say, hey, I'm sort of, I'm kind of excited and nervous to be here. Normally I feel kind of okay, and right now I feel shaky. If I don't feel confident enough to say that, if I don't feel confident enough to be vulnerable, then we can't have a genuine connection. There's a quote for Lindsay, maybe. Chris Lawler can fake people. Spot fake people from a mile away. They make me so uncomfortable. Be real. Love from Karachi, Pakistan. Hey, Nuvara. Awesome. Tiffany, are you able to offer mechanisms for open communication while being constructive and not placing the recipient in a defensive position? Tiffany, wonderful question. Wonderful question. Thank you. So I'm sure some of you out there can. So if you want to leave a comment, great. What I would say is no. No strategy. The best strategy, as they say in Art of War by Sun Tzu, is no strategy. The biggest obstacle to genuine communication is strategy. The biggest obstacle to genuine communication is trying to win, trying to be safe. That's our ego trying to figure it out. Trungpa Rinpoche says the ultimate challenge that we all have is self-deception. So I would say, if you feel something, say it. That doesn't mean be discursive. That doesn't mean you have to say everything on your mind. But if you feel something genuine that is difficult, just communicate it. So right now I'm going to, what do you call it? Play act, role play, that. So let's say I'm with my best friend Ryan. This is a conversation we had a couple years ago. He since did an incredibly moving video about this, not our conversation, but about this issue. So he was one of my best friends. We were at Burning Man, and he got so drunk that his eyes were rolling around in his head. He couldn't be present with this girl who really liked him. And I said, Ryan, I took him by the shoulders. I said, Ryan, stop drinking. You don't have to stop drinking 100%. Just don't drink anything for the next couple hours. Just middle gear, man, middle gear. I'm always saying that to Redford too. So that is difficult to say to someone you love who likes to have a good time, but you just have to say it. So just say it. That's my advice. Just say it. If it goes well, fine. If it goes badly, fine. If it is messy, fine. Just communicate genuinely. There's a chapter in my book that we mentioned, things I would like to do with you. We could put that chapter in the comments, or the book in the comments, but it's titled, I would like to hear from you when you are afraid. I would like to hear from you when you are confused. If we shut down when we're having a hard time, then we can't get through anything. If love is only love when everything is good, then it's just a rom-com. It's just all icing and no cake, you know, or no cake even. It's just all plate. You're not going to eat the plate. So you got to be able to get through tough stuff. And to get through tough stuff, you have to be you have to be brave enough to feel awkward. So Tiffany, I love your question. Everyone give Tiffany some love. Paula, everyone is so sensitive these days. Yes, that is true. That's the political correctness that I do think. I'm not a Trump fan, but I do think the political correctness has gone too far. That said, I think 80% of what people call politically correct is just being thoughtful and empathetic. It's fine to be respectful. It's fine to be thoughtful about how we address people, etc. But then it gets a little bit too safe spacey. It gets a little, there was that letter from the University of Chicago about all that stuff, and I cheered that on. We never want to clamp down on free speech. That said, if it's hateful speech, I do think that is not constructive or helpful. And like Twitter is this vast container of anti-Semitic, anti-women, misogynistic hate speech. Twitter should be ashamed of itself. Twitter, naughty. 80-90% of Twitter is probably great. Sharon, 2 rules in my house. Treat others with respect and do not lie. I want to come move in. Where do you live? Please share your address. So many questions about my hair today. Maxine, the truth is more fun than any lie I ever heard. Well said, Maxine. Carolyn, I worked at a .com that had fake happiness. It was super creepy and we could never get to this solution. The emperor had no clothes. Craziest thing. Exactly. So that's positivity. That is Stepford wife. I call positivity the Stepford wifeism. Just walk around. Everything is great. Instead, smile genuinely. It's good to try to smile. It's good to be positive. But you don't need to push away negativity and cling to this sort of positivity, law of attraction stuff. We can afford to relax. Breathe. We'll do a 2-minute meditation in a minute. Great comment from Carolyn. Tasha, I've stumbled across your videos, but this is the first time I'm joining live. Hello from the mountains of North Carolina. Thank you for what you do. I needed it. Thank you, and I needed you guys. Michelle, lying hurts the one who loves you. Trust is broken. Speak the truth, as the truth will set you free. That kind of sounded like a haiku. Lying hurts the one who loves you. Trust is broken. Speak the truth. It's good to hear examples out of your life, Waylon, that is real from the heart and inspiring. Thank you. Yeah, otherwise it's just bullshit. Do you come here to be lectured by an idiot? No, you come here to communicate with someone who is on the path of mindfulness just like yourself. That said, I have meditated for thousands of hours. So I have journeyed into the realm of boredom and discursiveness and working with my emotions, and hopefully that's of some benefit. That said, none of that's any credentials. You don't get credentials. One of my least favorite things in life is going to these conferences or expos, and there's like John Smith, who now goes by the name Rainbow Light, some yoga name, Rainbow Light Yoga Mat, has meditated for 30,000 hours and is happy to impart upon you the wisdom of his inner joy. Shove that yoga mat where the sun don't shine. My next book is actually titled Self-Help is Bad for You, on that note. Melina, maybe you should switch to an Ethernet cord because I think your Wi-Fi is choppy. See, I am not a yes woman, and you adore me for it. I do adore you for it. I don't know how to Ethernet into my phone. And you have to do Facebook Live from from your phone. So maybe one of my staff should have thought of that, because I'm an idiot. But sometimes it's choppy because I get a phone call even though I have do not disturb on, so I don't know how to handle that. There's my interview with Marianne Williamson. But the quote about Marianne Williamson would really be what we should share, because that's such an amazing quote. Good morning from Seattle, Washington. More comments on my hair. Who knew? I need to have a hairstylist now, or a hair unstylist. Yeah, no, the meditation's coming in a minute. Aubrey, what if, as a leader, there is a group of people in a work setting that react poorly to transparency and constructive criticism? They expect to be handed compliments while doing less than expected. Although, do you work with Elephant? When they do something great. It's amazing to see, and something I'd love to point out, boosting their confidence and letting them know that they're great. So my job is not to be a condescending, patronizing, football coach. Like at the halftime break, we're in the locker room, and instead of engaging in locker room talk or sexual assault talk, I give you a pep talk. That is not my job. My job is to say, this is our mission. It's super inspiring because of this and this, but basically, here's what we got to do. So yeah, there is some aspect of I have to re-inspire people or refocus people, but we all have to do that for ourselves. This isn't a theistic environment. Life is not, it's not my job to whip people like a horse, like a jockey with a horse, to get them to go faster. We have to be inspired. We have to be our own adults, and that's the kind of people I want to work with. I don't really say people work for Elephant. I say they work with Elephant because they're adults, and I depend on their independent kind of inspiration and thoughtfulness and communication. I don't want this hierarchy where they're all little people who I view as cogs in a machine, and I'm up here. Instead, leadership in the Buddhist point of view is an upside down triangle. So if you're a leader, and I am a leader, I have no problem with hierarchy. I am a leader in the context of Elephant, at least. But I'm actually at the bottom, serving everyone, serving you, the readers, up here. So the readers are up here, then the staff, and then the leadership of Elephant, and then me. And that's why the buck stops here, and that's why I'm the one working until 2 a.m., because ultimately I'm most responsible. Sunny, thank you for your sunny comment. I love your intelligence and inspiration and truth. Thank you, Waylon. I got it from my mom. Anything good I got from my mom. Anything bad I did not get from my dad. I got from me. All right. Yes, Edna Kate. Privacy and transparency are different things. Hello from Cyprus, from Millicent. Cool name. Cool place to be from. If you're getting honest feedback, even if you're getting clumsy, jerky feedback, there's some grain of truth in it, and you'll feel that. It'll connect, and you'll feel it. So basically, in Buddhism, this is a great question from Sherry. You just ask yourself, okay, someone just yelled at me. Let's say it was badly done feedback. Because we're all good with pleasant, loving feedback that might have truth in it. But let's say it's negative, yelling feedback that has some truth in it. So we can sit with it, and we can, in Buddhism, they say, always ask the principal one. There's this book, Training the Mind. Always trust the principal one. So if I get yelled at, I can say, okay, a lot of that was neurosis or anger or frustration. I don't need any of that. But it's like in a Minority Report. Anger, frustration, clumsiness, bad communication. Don't need it. But then I need this part. What were they actually trying to say? They were saying, Waylon, when you're late every day, it feels disrespectful. Waylon, when you're yelling at me, it feels like you're a jerk, because you are. Waylon, whatever the criticism is, I can take that in. Just for myself, out of selfishness, I can say, I want to be a better person. I want to have more fun in life. I want to have a better relationship with people on my team or in my romantic life or wherever it is, my friendships. So I need to listen. Some love to Redford. Oh, is the feed really bad for people, or just a few times? Reggie, one of my favorite quotes. Being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it'll always get you the right ones, from John Lennon. I love that. Yeah, so I'm being very open about elephant finances. Edna, thank you for thanking me. Pedro, hello from Puerto Rico. My mom loves it. Lindsay, messy hair, don't care. So many hair comments, that's the best one. Yes, Pema Chodron, Patty, keep up. Yes, Chris, why do people lie? It's because it's basically because we don't welcome honest feedback or constructive criticism. So people are going to lie to us if we're rude or uninterested when we get genuine feedback. So why do people lie? It's because we think we like transparency as a culture, but we don't walk our own talk. Uh, Anita, you have a subscription to Elephant, but you can't read any more than 5 Facebook articles a day. Any way to change this? Yeah, Anita, that is not right. You should be able to read unlimited if you have a subscription. So you just enter your password, and then you can read unlimited. And if you don't know your password, this is me typing, you can get a new password. Just say new password, and then you can get it, and then you'll get it in your email, and then you go back to Facebook or to Elephant, the Paygate, and then you put in your subscription or your password, and then you can read unlimited. I need more coffee or less. Anita, if you have any continuing issues with that, you can email lindsay@elephantjournal.com. Don't share that email with anyone. Shh. Yeah, Stacy, lies of omission. That is just what we're talking about. If you're too cowardly, if you're too awkward, cowardly is sort of a rude word. It's like we all just feel awkward about saying something genuine. So I don't mean cowardly in a rude way. It's just we're all cowards sometimes. We have to be brave. So as they say in Buddhism, have confidence to go beyond hesitation. All right, Chris is opening up about his dog. Let's give Chris some love. I honestly think I'm going to lose my mind. My 8-month-old puppy hound mix, kind of like Redford, is on bed rest for months due to a soft tissue injury. Poor baby. Wish we could take her to the dog park or on a nice greenway walk in this fall or something. Love and pause. So big love to Chris and your doggy, and let us know if there's any way we can help other than sending you some love and support. And even though that might seem meaningless, people care. So reach out to community, and at least that'll take away some of your anguish. And while you'll still be heartbroken, you can just focus on helping instead of kind of sinking in that totally understandable broken heart. So big love, and big love from Redford too. There's Red. Red had a long, stressful morning of waking up and eating, and now he's got to nap it off. Yeah, great comment from Leah. I appreciate that you or others show up where you need to be, whether others perceive your readiness or not. Oh, you're just talking about me. Yeah. Yeah, I don't look too ready today. Sonny, I'm transparent, but with tact and consideration, I don't feel I need to be an open book to everyone. Not everyone is deserving to know about my inner thoughts. Yeah, no, it's not some sort of like, you don't have to vomit word salad on everybody, but you need to communicate genuinely when you have some sense of hesitation about doing so. Chris Douglas, the partial truth is exactly the same to me as a lie. I kind of do have a hot lunch date today, Chris. You're very perceptive. But I better get my act together. All right. Do, 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 do. I don't know what you're saying. If anyone can understand what Natalie is saying to me, please help me out. They will steal from you, they will murder or kill you, but you never know. Oh, I see what you're saying. Natalie, I got it. That's a great comment. It took me reading it 6 times. People might steal from you, they might murder or kill you, but at least you know what they're doing. With a liar, you never know where you stand. So a liar is sort of the lowest there. Rebecca, exactly. I would rather know what the deal is. Please write your comments in full English so I don't have to figure them out. Naomi, when being honest, be sure you are actually being honest and it is not just an opinion. that you are trying to get through is being honest. Yeah, you can genuinely communicate. We have a blog on the what is it? The 4 ways of mindful communication. Also did a video on it. It's a Buddhist thing. We don't have to, Nina, often the truth will hurt. So you don't have to say it with aggression. You don't have to say it with some sense of self-righteousness. You can just say it with love. And remember, generally the truth is going to help, even if it's painful. If someone says, Waylon, you're way too speedy and you're a jerk in some specific way and it offends me, well, probably a day later or an hour later, I'm going to sit with that and I'm going to actually hear some of it, hopefully. And that's healthy. Mahfouz from Cairo, hello. Ashley, sometimes the truth hurts, but in being honest, we don't need to be ruthless. Exactly. We don't have to enjoy our criticism. So I might criticize Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, but I don't need to be a jerk about it. I don't need to be enthusiastic in my criticism. Jamez, the other day before the wedding, you were guiding a little meditation. I went outside for some sun and there was a praying mantis right beside where I rested. It was meditating, I swear. Watching it for 20 minutes, I decided I was going to meditate like the mantis. Random nugget of goodness, albeit off topic. I love that, Jamez, not off topic at all. When we can just slow down and appreciate the present moment of nature or our animal friends, like Redford napping right here. He's having dreams. He's kind of moving around. Or just be present on a hike or be present with a friend in conversation. That's the best part of life, right? Be present with some food, be present with our coffee. Alrighty, so many comments. Triacy, I believe some people that lie are having addictive disorders. Oh, yeah, okay. They get addicted to lying and can't stop. Also, it's a gamble if they will get caught. It's like a high for them. Some people feel like it's power, but in reality it's fear. Well said. Yeah, I don't know anyone who lies all the time, but I think all of us kind of white lie our way through our days, and we don't need to do so. But Triacy, that seems quite accurate. My thought was I need to thank our sponsor, without which these videos would not exist. Jade Yoga. So if you can put their link in there, you can get free shipping, which is like a 10% savings. 90% of yoga mats, if not 95% of yoga mats, are actually toxic PVC. I did a video on this if you want to watch it. You could also put that in the link in the comments so you can check it out if you're curious. And then a very small portion of yoga mats are not toxic. They're made out of rubber, natural materials, and that is like jade. And they plant a tree for every yoga mat. So if you want to walk your talk or yoga your yoga and do yoga on a non-toxic surface that's actually good for the planet, and good for our children and pets and ourselves, then support Jade Yoga. And if you just support a sponsor supporting Elephant so that we can be here for you for free, give a like or a love and check out Jade Yoga. And if you use the code ELEPHANT, then you'll get free shipping. So I'm not seeing any likes at all. Please help us stay here by supporting our sponsors who we don't pick sponsors that are like, you know, whatever, Monsanto or McDonald's or whatever. We're picking sponsors who are eco and walk their talk. So we're only sharing sponsors that we feel good about. So please help us stick around and help Jade stick around. And don't buy PVC. Chelsea, I have a family member who is fake nice to me for years. I finally found the guts to bring it up a month ago. I simply said, I know you have a problem with me, but I don't know what it is, and I like to have an open and honest conversation so we can try and get past it. She hasn't spoken to me since and looks away if we pass each other in the street. Some people are so used to getting away with the lies, they haven't got a plan when they get called up on it. Very sad, really, for everyone involved, but it's taught me to be the bigger person no matter what the consequences. Now you need to cross the street, chase her down and be like, hey, I've noticed you're not talking to me since I asked if you wanted to create some kind of genuine relationship and tell me why you don't like me. You need to keep doing that. That was great. Good on you. And you don't need to be aggressive. You don't need to buy into their kind of game playing or fear. You can just genuinely communicate. You have to be brave enough to be awkward. Gold from Melissa. Thank you. And hopefully that's helpful. Corey, I think you can give any message you want. It's all in the delivery. Yeah, but I think that tends to get into scheming. Like, we do need to be kind, but you know, if you feel awkward, if you feel angry, if you feel sad, you can just communicate out of that. But you can say, hey, you can own it. I feel angry. I feel awkward. I feel sad. Here's what's going on. You haven't been showing up for me. Look at Kellyanne Conway speaking for Trump. Her messages are ridiculous and wrong, but many people still like her. She's not being fake. She's just speaking her mind respectfully toward others. I became free when I started being authentic in my opinions and messages. Cool. And from Redondo Beach. That's the rare positive comment for the Trump in the elephant context. Good on ya. Ironically, we're elephant, you know, that's the GOP mascot. Edna Kate, being transparent forces you to figure who you are. When you are living your true self, you are enabling yourself to be comfortable and vulnerable. It does mean you have to look at the parts that are dark and have avoided the pain knowingly or unknowingly suppressed, but it's a fun journey. All right, I think we're out of time. I'm skipping all the comments. Sorry, I love everyone. There's probably oh my God, there's so many comments. We'll do it again tomorrow, hopefully around 9 a.m. MST. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's meditate for 1 minute. Take a great posture. Take a deep breath. Eyes are open. We're not trying to shut out the world here. Let's actually do this. Bess, join me. It's good stuff. It's the present moment. So whatever's going on in our life, we can recognize that and then come back to the present. Touch in with your breath. Good posture. Relax. Breathe in and out. Find yourself thinking about your hot lunch date. You can label that thinking and return to the present moment where all lunch dates become hotter. Okay. Respect and love to everybody, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining.